I need to clean some clutter off. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, right? Yes. Affirmative. The 23rd of March. I feel like I'm still trying to catch up from the time change, really. I have never pushed snooze before so many times in my life, probably. It's really weird. I'm usually like my alarm goes off and I am out of bed like a rocket. And lately I'm just like, don't care, don't care, don't care. And I have to be really, really encouraging myself to be responsible and get out of bed. So yes, hello. We had a beautiful Monday Soul Deliciousness. So if you missed that, you can always go back and replay. Thank you to my amazing sponsor, Hammer It Down, which is really Dave, for he supports me with my I like to call it's not really a hobby, right? With my passion. It's expensive to have a business and have a social media platform. So if you missed my Monday Soul Deliciousness, I stream it in like 5 different places. Thanks to Dave paying for my Restream software platform. So you can find it. You can go to YouTube. You can find it previously and watch it as a replay. It was really good. So yes, I'm cleaning off my desk. Good morning. Hello, Kim. I hope you are having a beautiful morning so far. I can see the clouds starting to come down onto the mountains. So I'm like, what kind of a day are we getting? They're literally sitting like right along the top of the mountain peak. So I can't decide yet if we're going to have Thankful Tuesday. Yes, right. I woke up and I was like, ooh, what am I thankful for today? Definitely getting my mindset going for the day. What was I like? Wait, I forgot. Lisa, I really seriously, the other day when you were like, put it on a Post-it note, like I totally need to. And now I didn't put it on a Post-it note. Oh, yes. What am I talking about today? We are talking about progressing. So I ordered this really super cool book off of a website, and it's something like the hormone functions of the human body or something, right? So it sounds totally lit, right? Something you want to read at night. But I'm really excited to get it because learning and progressing, like I have this super cool anatomy book, which is something that I bought for like a whopping $6 on Amazon. But is what I found is, so if you've ever done a session with me and you know that I muscle test things, sometimes your body has an imbalance and it wants us to get like even super more technical, right? So I can grab this book or Google and almost muscle test to the page, right? And so then I can muscle test to the page and I'll be like, oh, sweet. Here's this really cool anatomy of your leg. Oh my goodness. And then I just muscle test through it and something pops out and I see it and I'm like, oh, your anterior tibial artery is out of balance. And then your subconscious is like, yeah, that's all we need to know. Or it's like, nope, we need to know more. And then I'll be like, what else do we need to know? Right. And then I can flip through here. It's really cool. And so I'm super excited to get my book on hormones and functions in the body because wow, hot diggity dog, there is a lot of stuff going on. But it's really cool because then I can focus when I'm doing sessions on really getting into like the imbalances. And so I'm sharing that with you because no matter what you do, no matter what type of, thing that you're into, even if I was talking about my horses and training my horses, there's so much information out there that I can go dive into to find like new techniques. And I was thinking about the beautiful part of this with my energy healing is being able to piece together different things that I've gotten from other energy healers that are really like resonate with my soul. And same thing like when I'm training my horses, right? If I were to analyze the different techniques that I use with my horses, I would be able to tell you that I pulled bits and pieces from probably like 15 different trainers over my entire life that I then made into good morning, bros, that I then made into my own method, right? And I think learning and progressing is just such a valuable thing for you, no matter what you're into. And if you're like, well, I don't really have anything like that I'm into. I mean, it could be anything. Maybe you do, like I love Etsy, right? I love Etsy. It's my go-to. Like I have two places that I have to monitor what I spend. One is Macari because that's where all the Rae Dunn stuff is, and the other one is Etsy. But I follow some people that I have seen go from these little tiny businesses where they're making something really cute to now just blossoming into this this one lady I follow, man, she went from making stuff in this like little room in her house to then she relocated and moved, and now she has an entire, like, it is a crafter's dream. It's like some kind of a shop, and she just has rows and bins and stuff just full of things that she makes these amazing cute little knickknacks with, but always progressing, right? Always using your creativity and coming up with ways to make whatever you're into better. I mean, I even see Dave sometimes when he's doing a project running across something, and he'll hop on YouTube and try to find like a better technique or a better way to do whatever he's doing. I just realized that it snowed last night because I have snow in my truck. Come on, seriously, Utah, get your stuff together. Like I need some spring. Um, Maybe you're like, I don't really know what to progress in or what to, expand my knowledge base. You're doing it right now, right? You're watching, you're learning, you're feeding off of my energy, you're building up yourself, you're working on getting to that higher level self that I talked about yesterday when I was doing my Monday Soul Deliciousness reading. I mean, I will tell you that I have more books on energy and self-help and the power of now and getting rid of hidden emotions and who knows what, right? Reading and letting that resonate. And I'll use my own business. I'm always piecing together things that I learned from other practitioners. There goes my light. I'm always finding like different methodologies, and like I'll find somebody's way of doing something and I'll start digging into it. And then I'll be like, what part about what this practitioner does really resonates with me and what part of it really doesn't? And, using that upper level self and connecting and feeling and letting that resonate, like what's working for you. Maybe you're struggling with your kiddos and your progression and your learning is deep diving into different techniques that people have out there for helping their kids. There's a company called, oh my gosh, what is it called? Big Journal, Big Thinking Journal, something like that. They have these really cool journals for kids. And they're always putting stuff out there that's like free resources for parents. And I love the stuff that they post. It's very, maybe it's called Big Life Journal. That kind of sounds better, more like it. Anyway, just so much. Like I love that you can literally just hop on the internet and Google and find so much soul delicious materials to help you with, your relationships with your kids, with finances, with, I mean, you name it, like resources at our fingertips. And there's so much stuff that's even just free. You don't even have to pay for it. So that progression, keeping your mind moving, keeping things going, People are always like, oh, when you retire. And I'm like, I don't want to retire. I really don't, because I feel like when I retire, I become stagnant, and I need that like constant ability to do focused improvement, to work on projects at work, to find ways to make processes better, to improve things and be like a part of this bigger thing, right? I love like I work at a food manufacturing plant, and one of the really soul satisfying things about my job is when we develop a new product and I get to watch that product go from the research and development team at corporate, and I get to watch like our little plant make it into this big, huge commercialized product, which is really cool. The other day, I was working with a client and they were actually eating something that we make at our plant. And I was like, hey, I'm like, read the top of the little code and tell me what it says, because I can tell that which one of our manufacturing plants it's from. And she read it to me and I'm like, hot diggity dog, like we made that at our plant. And it was really cool for me because she's, sitting in another state and I'm like, woohoo, crackers from my plant. So I actually have my office at work lined with all of the packages of product that I've helped to develop. And that is very purposeful for me. I have a passion with being like, hey, we took this little itty bitty idea that someone came up with, right, and developed into this awesome, super cool commercialized product that when I walk through the grocery store aisle and see it, I'm like, oh, that's my little baby. Helping to develop that. So finding things like that you can be excited about, finding things that make you want to get out of bed in the morning, finding things that resonate with your soul and help you to have that boost. Okay. Socks, don't forget, if you share, you care. If you sharing is caring. If you share, you get entered to win the socks for the week. So we'll give these away on Friday, right? I've been showing them every day. So they're super cute little Eastery chicky socks. There we go. It's focusing. It's trying. Aren't they so fun? So we'll be giving those away, plus a session with me with Blocked Emotions. So super cool. I keep having people ask me, so let's just address it. How much does a session cost? It's $45 for 60 minutes. How many sessions do you need? Well, my dear friends, that is totally based on you and your little cognitive mind and your subconscious. So this is kind of how the flow goes. The first session that I do, I ask you, we talk, I get connected, we figure out what's going on, and I do a basic body code session with you. And then we see how you respond. We see what kind of results you get. Okay. So some people have what's called one and dones, and they spend 15 minutes on something and it's gone. It's permanently gone. Some people see some progression, but it's not completely gone. So we do another session. Now, if we do a couple sessions and you're like, I'm not really seeing anything, then that's when I dive. I dive into resistance. I dive into figuring out, why is your subconscious holding on to this? Why does it not want to get rid of it? So then we dive into some resistance. Then we see like, okay, did we progress? How's that going? If you're still like, ooh, it's getting better, but it's still trickling, like it's still coming back, it's rearing its ugly head a little bit. Then we go into some really deep diving with what I call getting into some shadows. That doesn't mean anything for you. It's just where I go as far as what I'm looking for. We start looking like really further outside of your body. We're looking at things that are up in like higher level chakras outside your auras. We're looking at entities. We're looking at things that are messing with you, that are, some, yes, Lisa, thank you. I forgot to mention that. Top fans get entered into socks. Thank you. Yes. Top fans get entered into socks. But we go a little deeper. We find things that can be really underlying. We call this shadow work. Okay. Definitely going to storm today because I can see my 17-year-old's massive locks of beautiful hair flowing in the wind. All right, guys. So there you go. Yes. That's how it works. Okay. So the answer to the question is sometimes it's one session, sometimes it's two. Some people like to do this weekly. Some people book a session with me monthly because it's just their like maintenance, right? Kind of like getting your hair trimmed. All right. Okay. I hope you have a beautiful day. Don't forget to sparkle and just love yourself, be who you are, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.